wait. Like I want live-in dick, like live-in house dick, not.
Yep. I feel that one. What you think? What you think about? Mm-hmm.
Shoplifting from a Walgreens. Yeah, you walk out with the thing, all that happens is a beeping sound. And that's why we
I
love
call you when
streaming,
I'm
right?
not
I
staying
love
for
it.
long. I'm
And
about
you
to
probably love
react to these
streaming
three
too.
videos and hop off. Yes, thank you. That means a lot. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you so much. mm. Don't worry. You'll get it soon, trust me. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it, bro. All right, love you too. All right, bye.
Nah. What is the status of you and writing now? I'm gonna say this. I always something didn't happen. Seconds left. It is. I know one, man. Pentagon Station. Might go see my little shit. Got my goose on. Hope
All right. Man, what is up with y'all? I'm back again with hold up. Hold up, y'all. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Alright, man. What's up with y'all? Back in another video. And I'm gonna be reacting to no, let me start over. What is up with y'all? I'm back again with another stream slash video. And I'm gonna be reacting to a couple clips today, you know what I'm saying? So the first clip I'll be reacting to is, music streaming. Like the thing, I don't know. I've been feeling a little way about music streaming, so I just thought I found a little video to react on. I found this video from the Daily Show, um, which is the title is called "The Truth Behind Music Streaming." So I think there's Noah Trevor. I think his name is the the host, I guess. I think that's how you say his name, Noah Trevor. I could be wrong. But yeah, let's get straight into it for real, y'all. So here's the truth behind music streaming.
Spotify.
All right. Yeah, with that being said, y'all, hold up. Yeah, with that being said, y'all, like streaming, it's like a double-edged sword for real. Like, it got its benefits and it got its cons as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't expect to make $1 million from 1 million streams. But if you're consistently getting 1 million streams every month, then you can expect, $4,000 to $6,000 every month from that 1 million streams. So it's more of a consistent type of income, you know what I'm saying? But just don't expect, to get rich overnight from it. But some people, like you just saw in the video, they making silent albums and finessing the algorithm that way. So the sky's the limit for real, y'all. But let me know what y'all think about streaming in the comments down below. Let's start a conversation in the comments, y'all. But moving forward to this second video that I found, and it kind of it sounded like in a negative light of the music industry, but I just kind of want to get his opinion on it. But the title of the video is "The Future is Scary for Musicians." So I'm gonna give my 2 cents about it, and y'all make sure y'all give y'all 2 cents about it down in the comments below. But yeah, let's see if the future for us is scary, y'all.
And I've been doing this for a really long time, pretty much every day. Things are really starting to heat up in the music industry, and I've been doing this for a really long time, pretty much every day. Drop a thumbs up if you've been along for the ride. I really appreciate that. But in my opinion, this is one of the more consequential stories that I've ever covered on this channel. We're getting a window into where music is going. This is going to have a real domino effect, in my opinion, on the way music is consumed, the way it's enjoyed by fans. And the record labels are leaning, or at least Universal Music Group is leaning in to artificial intelligence. It's one of those things where it's, if you can't beat them, join them. I'm not so sure I blame them for that. I do have a lot of questions about how this is going to work, though, to say the least. What is going on? This story just dropped from Financial Times about an hour ago, and they claim to have sources connected to both Google and Universal Music Group, and they say they are negotiating over the rights to license financially the voice, the way that artists sound when they sing, not individual songs. There's already a system for that with cover songs. There's a system for that with licensing the recordings that the record labels often own already. What we're talking about is AI-generated content that sounds very, very similar to the artist's voices. Now, to be perfectly clear with you, I have no issue with the artists being able to make money off of these voice recordings, off of this AI-generated content that sounds.
So, do y'all remember when that AI Drake came out? Like, was it a year ago? It might have been a year ago already. Shoot. But y'all remember when AI Drake first came out? And I remember that. And it was like, bro, this is, I had the same thoughts he's having right now. Like, they're essentially it's gonna come to a point where the artist only has to record one song, a couple phrases, and they put it inside of AI or put it inside of some type of model, and what they can get from that is essentially like unlimited songs from you. Like, it clones your voice, so you can have a songwriter record a song, boom, boom, boom. Record it how you want it, and you just put the voice filter on to the songwriter's voice, and it's gonna sound like Drake. It's the same process on how people made entire Drake albums without Drake recording, but it sounds just like Drake. It's the same concept, yeah, bro. Like, and I seen it. It was crazy. I seen it coming, bro, because I'm a software engineer myself, and that type of technology, bro, like, Why not? Why wouldn't they do that, bro? Why wouldn't they do that? They don't even need you no more to make any music. They put this through the algorithm or whatever. Now, a lot of people think like this whole AI thing is gonna really like take over the job of the musician, but in my opinion, from working with these actual AI systems myself, they're not that smart, bro, and don't sound that good. And it's not soulful. Sure, you can have it make lo-fi beats or basic pop songs that nobody's gonna listen to, but it doesn't have soul yet. It doesn't have like uniqueness to it for real. You can just tell it's just pulling a whole bunch of different songs, mashing it together and making it sound good, and putting like some AI anime voice on top. And you know, it's not that good, y'all. It's not that good, I promise.
Just like them. I have no issue with that whatsoever. What is bizarre to me is that the record labels are seemingly getting in on the action. This is not content that they funded. This is not content that they financed and they have a record deal that says that they own the recordings or the masters or however that works. This is a situation where some nerd or whatever, I say that jokingly, but somebody somewhere is typing into a computer a prompt and it's generating really similar, almost identical recordings of the artist. The artist should be paid on that. But we're seeing the record labels get in on the action. We're going to see what the artist's response to all of this is. What I would like to see is the artist getting all of the revenue that they're entitled to from their likeness and not having to go through a label to do that. Things are really interesting, and it sounds like there's going to be some sort of software developed to deal with this. And we're really early on, but I'm telling you, this is going to have huge ramifications, not just for musicians, but I think also for the creator YouTube space as well, which I will explain too. I think that Google is showing a little bit of where things are going to go. Not sure. I am not so sure that that is a good thing, but we'll see. So here it is from the Financial Times. Google and Universal Music negotiate deal over AI deepfakes. New technology that can mimic artist voices has been seen as a growing threat. And I do agree with that. But here we go. Google and Universal Music Group are in talks to license artists' melodies and voices for songs generated by artificial intelligence as the music business tries to monetize one of its biggest threats. It's like if you can't beat them, join them. The discussions, confirmed by 4 people familiar with the matter, aim to strike a partnership for an industry that is grappling with the implications of new AI technology. And folks, this is a real problem. We are right here. We are this close to people being able to make indistinguishable recreations of musicians' voices, whether or not the labels.
They already can, bro. They already can. The AI Drake, bro. That happened a year and some change ago. You don't think they made improvements on that? It's probably, I 10 out of 10 believe that artists are already doing this. We don't even know it yet. They're already doing this.
Own that, though, is a whole nother thing. If they're recreating a song that's already been recorded, that's one thing. If it's an original generation, I'm not so sure the labels can really gain from that. I think the artist should be able to, but it's a little odd to me. It says the rise of generative AI has bred a surge in deepfake songs that can convincingly mimic the voices, lyrics, or sound of established artists, often without their consent. That is very true. Frank Sinatra's voice has been used on a version of Gangsta's Paradise. There's a ton. There's like Kanye Western, where they're doing country music versions. It says an artist's voice is often the most valuable part of their livelihood and public persona, and to steal it, no matter the means, is wrong. Universal Music General Counsel told U.S. lawmakers last month, and I agree with that. Again, no issue with the artists licensing their voice. It's just a little odd to see the label getting into it. Now, it says that the discussions are at an early stage here. No product launch is imminent. But the goal is to develop a tool for fans to create these tracks legitimately and pay the owners of the copyrights for it, said people close to the situation. Artists would have the choice to opt in. So that answers that question. The artist will get a choice as to whether or not they participate in this marketplace where you can take a voice of a band and go, make it sound like this or make it do that. There are so many questions, though. What happens, and this is a very real possibility, what happens if someone makes a version of a song that's original using this artist's voice that went extremely viral and may overshadow some songs in their catalog? Is that possible? Yes, it absolutely is possible. Is it possible for bands like Metallica and things like that? Maybe not. But there are many bands where the possibility exists for someone to generate a song using AI technology that could potentially go so viral it overshadows. Are fans going to... People can include it in their videos. And YouTube has done a good job adding features. They're going to start allowing us to directly pay. If I want to pay, $40, $50 or something to have a well-known song in one of my videos, we're going to eventually get to the point where you can do stuff like that. It may not work exactly that way, but there's going to be some form of that, and I'm totally cool with that, and I appreciate their efforts. But it says, as AI has gained traction, some big stars have expressed anxiety about their work will be diluted by fake versions of their songs and voices. Exactly. What happens if one of these fake versions that sounds really good, and some of them will, a lot of them will, what happens if it overshadows their work? It says the issue was thrust into the spotlight earlier this year when an AI-produced song mimicked the voices of Drake in a weekend.
We saw with
went
the
viral
AI
online.
Drake. We saw this with the AI Drake, but it didn't overshadow it. Possibly because it's Drake, but it didn't overshadow his other songs, though. They had a few AI Drake songs that, were popular, and people were saying this is better than Drake. But nobody knows where they're at right now. They didn't stand the test of time. So I don't really think that's something to worry about, to be honest. People still want that the authenticity. I don't know what I just said. The authenticity. I gotta really work on my words, bro. They want the realness of the artist, bro. Put it that way.
UMG home to Drake also embrace this. She says there's some good stuff. She told Wired magazine this week. There are ramifications for this, and it's going to transform things. And also, folks, it looks like a little bit. It's not that robust yet, but it's going to get there soon. It's going to get real interesting real fast, folks, here in the music industry. The good news is there are good takes.
Yeah, let's see what the comments are saying, y'all. So Ghost to Ghost saying, I have such a bad feeling that people like Kurt Cobain, Chester, blah, 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 are going to have AI bot replacements of them making music, which is terrifying, first of all. And second of all, I can see that happening, to be honest. Like, I can see that happening. For sure, I can see that happening. I can see that happening with Michael Jackson. I can see that will happen with all, the greats that are passed away that don't really have a say-so on where their voice goes or what their intellectual property does. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I can definitely see that happening. One person said, if it's not the artist creating it, I'm not interested whatsoever. I really do not want to see the day where one of my favorite artists release a new album and there is doubt in my mind if they're actually singing. And that's exactly, bro. that's what I'm saying. Like when people hear like, oh, this is an AI version, like they're not gonna like it as much as a real thing. They're not gonna like it as much. I know I wouldn't, and I know he wouldn't either. So that's another. See, I don't really think the AI thing is gonna work. That's just my opinion. Um, yeah, and I think a lot of other people agree. See, yeah, nah, for real, man. Nah, but appreciate you watching this video. If you like more videos like this, please subscribe, comment, do all that, y'all. I'll see you on the next video.
And
Yo, what is up with y'all? I'm back again with another video, y'all. And I'm gonna be reacting to this US tech job market video, that I saw earlier, y'all. And I just kind of want to, I didn't really see it, but I saw the title of it. It's by Coding Jesus. Whatever that, what I'm saying, by Coding Jesus. So I'm gonna tap him, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna put him down below in the comments. Y'all can go check him out. Yeah, gotta support other creators. And yeah, if you don't know, the tech market for the job tech market, the job market for tech, bro, is kind of cooked. As of 2024, 2025 ish. So this is what I've been hearing. This is what I've been seeing on social media. I'm talking to people that I graduated with. They're still trying to find employment, things like that. So prayers up, man. It's tough out there. But we gonna react to this video.
I was wrong about the current state of the US tech job market, and I only realized I was wrong about the current state of the US tech job market, and I only realized it after I started interviewing. The fact that I'm admitting that I started interviewing already means that you guys know I've resigned at my current place of employment and I've accepted an offer elsewhere. But I really just want to reflect on the entire process because I have a lot of thoughts and I want to, use my platform to communicate those thoughts with you guys. So let's actually start off with some context. I've written these notes down here. It's almost midnight on a Friday. I'm wearing a tank top, but let's get into it. Guys, around 4 months ago, I started interviewing. I started interviewing because I wanted to look for new opportunities. And as I was interviewing, or actually before I was interviewing, I came into it with the thought process of, the market's great, I don't know what people online are talking about. As you guys know, I'm a very online person. I have a YouTube channel where I talk about software engineering religiously. I'm on Reddit, looking through forums, hearing people complain, and I thought to myself, they're just lazy. I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm being vulnerable with you guys. I'm telling you how I really thought it was. I was boomer pilled, I guess. So I thought you just have to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, hunker down, and everything will be okay. There's a lot of different dip problems out there, and that's really what I want to talk about. So now that you guys understand the context, let's get into my own personal observations. The first thing that I think is broken with the current state of the US tech job market is that companies are not filtering candidates properly. CS career students are going to disagree with me on this because, in my opinion, LeetCode doesn't measure whether or not you will excel at the position you're applying for. It measures how well you can test in correlation to how much free time you have. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Let's say you currently have a job, you're in your mid-20s.
Man, I've never done a LeetCode problem at my job right now. Like, never. The stuff that I'm doing, like, doesn't even touch none of that stuff. So it's just crazy to me that companies are still doing the LeetCode thing. You know, I get it. You want to know that your candidate can code and things like that. But like, bro, I don't know. I feel like the ultimate job, like, interview process is the take-home project, you know, interview style. That take-home, I've never had it, but just to think that you can get a job or the interview consists of you taking home a project, you give, you know, a project or a task, and you can just, you know, solve it however you will solve it, you know. You don't have to whiteboard it. You don't have to do it under a time limit. Of course, it's like you have to send it in like probably like the next day or next 2 days or whatever. But, you know, they treat it like you actually have a task at the job. You know, they want to see how you act in the job. And I just feel like that's the best. That's the best approach, bro. That's the best approach.
20s, 30s, even 40s, you're looking to interview elsewhere.
It's the best approach because it's the closest thing to the job. You know what I'm saying? Without doing or without being hired.
Elsewhere. You might be dissatisfied at work, or maybe you just think there might be better opportunities for you, you know, out there. Essentially, you need to study while maintaining your current place of employment. So you're working 8 to 9 hours a day. By the time you get home, you might have other obligations. You have a partner, maybe you have kids, maybe you have hobbies. Maybe you're just playing video games because you're tired. By the time you're done all that, it's 9 p.m.
Facts.
Are you really in the mood
Time goes so fast, bro. I'm telling
you. To grind through inverting a binary search tree? Are you really in the mood to figure out how to find an element in a rotated sorted array? Probably not. And that's why I say that CS career students are probably going to be more adamant against this point than I am, because they're not in industry. They have 3 to maybe 5 hours a day of classes at most, and then it's essentially a couple of projects and free time. And LeetCode tests how much free time you have to problem solve. That's about it, in my opinion. All right, let's talk about something very similar. And I think that nowadays companies expect too much from too many people. What do I mean by that? I've gone through interviews where you have multiple tech rounds that are broken into networking, computer architecture, concurrency, etc., 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 etc. These are all important topics, but to expect a candidate to remain sharp on these topics for that long of a time, I just don't think is very reasonable. I think that companies are not very comfortable just not knowing a lot about a candidate. So they test every single faculty of his or her reasoning, and that causes candidates to burn out. Think about it like this. Let's say you're a very strong Spartan, and you're a gladiator in some sort of ring, and you get 3 lions thrown at you. 3 rounds of lions. Kill a lion A, kill lion B, kill lion C. You can probably do that if you're very well prepared and you're the top gladiator in all of Rome. But can the top gladiator of all of Rome go through 30 rounds of lions? No. Doesn't matter how smart he is, eventually he's going to get tired, and eventually he's going to die. And that's what's happening to candidates in interviews. They're metaphorically dying because they're being given so many tech rounds, and they need to remain so sharp and brush up on things so quickly that it's virtually impossible to, do so and excel in the way that companies are looking for you to excel.
Facts, bro. I remember senior year, I was cramming in LeetCode questions like they were candy, like, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to understand them. And, so if it comes up on an interview, I'll know what to do. But, essentially what that was doing is I was kind of having the reverse effect and making me more nervous. You know what I'm saying? Like it was working me up. 'Cause I'm like, damn, I don't know this. I don't know this. And what if they ask this? And boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Because, and you know, so I agree with him, bro. Like the thing is it's fundamentally broken, but nobody wants to fix it. No company is gonna be like, oh yeah, we're not gonna do leak code no more. We're gonna actually, you know, do this and that and the third to really assess if this guy, you know, can excel at this company or not. So, and it's kind of crazy. You would think like being a part of an industry that changes every day, you think the interview process would change as often as the industry changes, kind of. But that's not the case at all. It still hasn't changed in years, possibly decades. So
that brings me to the actual rounds themselves. I've interviewed at a bunch of different companies. The companies that I really like are quick. They iterate very quickly. So you'll have 5 rounds. They might be over the course of 2 to 3 weeks at most for those 5 rounds. Other companies that, in my opinion, don't do things well, and this is the majority of companies in the US tech job market, which is why it's such a mess, they will have 8 rounds over the course of 6 weeks. Asking somebody to remain
8 rounds of interviews, bro. Can you imagine you on the 7th round and you get booted out? All that work for what? Imagine you on the 7th week or the 6th week, bro. You done did good on round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, round 5. And then all of a sudden they say, sorry, bro, you can't. We chose somebody else. That should be illegal, bro. In my opinion, that should be illegal. Because, like, dang, you worked so hard just for what? For what?
sharp for 6 weeks is a very difficult ask. That's asking them to brush up on whatever they need to prepare for, behavioral, technical, etc., for at least an hour a day for those entire 6 weeks. And that's a big time commitment that not a lot of people can make. And some of the best candidates out there just don't have the ability to do so, that time commitment to give to these companies. Right. They're asking for too much, and they're stretching their rounds over a period of time. That part. So if you're doing great, you have good feedback, you're pushed through. Back end of the round is essentially the feedback part. So that's the front end on the rounds. Now that you're asked about in an interview. And you're not going to have a good time if that's how much you've studied for a topic that you're asked about in an interview. Okay. That's the front end on the rounds. Now the back end. The back end of the round is essentially the feedback part. So if you're doing great, you have good feedback, you're pushed through. But where companies in the US market really struggle is they just don't give great feedback. The worst thing they will do to you is ghost you. Now, the fact that...
Facts. I've been ghosted before, bro. Let's see. I've definitely gotten feedback like maybe once or twice in my interview days and things like that. But yeah, most companies will definitely just ghost you. They won't even send you the email like, hey, we're going on with different candidates. Sorry, we'll keep your resume on file type thing. No, they don't do that either, bro. Everybody will just ghost you. Never to be heard from again. So, yeah, bro, I don't know how to feel about it, y'all. Like, I really don't. It's like you work so hard in college to get to this point. And you hear like this, it's not really encouraging. I'm blessed enough to have a job right now. You know what I'm saying? Super blessed. But, some of my colleagues don't have one. They still don't have one that I've, graduated at college with. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. And yeah, bro, I just hope 2025 brings it around, makes things back to normal, things like that. You know what I'm saying? Because essentially, bro, we worked hard for this, y'all. We should get compensated for it, bro. So, and essentially, I don't think it's going to take another pandemic or some type of 0-day event to happen again for companies to start, ramping up their hiring again. Because a lot of them, they're offshoring the jobs anyway to foreign countries. So, Man, with that being said, y'all. With that being said, y'all, I appreciate you watching the video. You know, if you want to have this conversation further on, you know, put a comment down. You know, I'll answer to all my comments. So I reply to all my comments. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. Appreciate y'all watching, and I'll see you on the next video.